Hello and welcome, dear seekers of guidance, to our sacred space. My name is Cleo, and I am honored to be your guide on this mystical journey of self-discovery. Today, we are diving into a 3-pile pick a card reading, taking a look at your person's head versus their heart. Now, I have 3 unique groups for you to choose from, whether you're drawn to group 1, this falling card, group 2, the nonsense card, or group 3, manage to be glad. I have some guidance for you. Some information on your person regarding this connection, regarding their head and their heart, their thoughts versus their feelings. So trust your intuition and make your pile selection. And remember, it's always okay to feel drawn to more than one pile. You may be drawn to 1 and 2, or 1 and 3, or maybe even 3 and 2, and that's okay. I would recommend taking a deep breath, holding it for just a moment, and exhaling, and making sure that exhale is very slow and lengthy compared to the inhale. Allow your mind to clear, connect with your inner self, and when you're ready, you can choose your group. And please do remember to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you never miss a chance to receive further guidance in your situations. And please don't forget to like, comment, and share, and let me know what you think about this reading, if you're enjoying it or if you have suggestions on where to go next. I'll see you at your reading. Hello and welcome, group 1, with your falling card. This is your person's overall energy. And initially, I had this feeling that they were kind of falling in love because the girl is falling. But the longer I stare at this card, the more I feel this sense of unease. This person's very uncomfortable with the current situation, with the current status of the connection that the two of you share. There's some sense of instability either in your person or in their surroundings or in this connection. And things definitely are not what they used to be. And this person is terrified of change. Things have changed in regards to speed as well. Maybe things have sped up very quickly or slowed down dramatically. Your person feels as though they're just... It's interesting because they feel like they're falling, yet they also simultaneously feel like they're suspended in midair. It's a huge oxymoron, I know. But that's how your person feels. They just don't know. They feel like they've entered this realm of the unknown. They've entered this phase in your connection where they have no idea what's happening, where it's going, where it's been, what is going to come of the situation. And you could be mirroring each other where you're both having this sense of change, this fear of the unknown, this fear of change, this fear of, the change in speed, momentum, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at your person's energy with respect to their head and their heart. What does group 1's person of interest's head say right now? What are their thoughts? What is their energy in their mind? Interesting. We have the unicorn. And what are their feelings? Spirit, what are their feelings? The spider. Instantly with this unicorn, I felt this feeling that your person has been very retrospective lately. They've been looking at the past of this connection, trying to see where the two of you have come from so that they can try to figure out where you're going. They're spending a lot of time in the past just reminiscing on past moments between you two, not necessarily the good and not necessarily the bad, but just the past. This could be in part because they're missing those past memories. They miss the way that this connection used to go, the feelings that used to come from this connection, the energy that was expressed between the two of you, the thought connection that the two of you had. Because the unicorn it's very intuitive in nature, right? You have this horn placed right where the third eye would be. It's a very spiritually enabled and developed being. And I feel like this is your person, and they're just simply gaining insight from over analyzing the past. And I feel like that maybe where some of this anxiety and stress is coming from is because it's over analytical, right? I think it's good to take a look at your past and see where you've come from to some extent. But this person seems to be so lost in their thoughts and over obsessing and over analyzing on the past so that they can protect themselves in the future and make sure that they're safe and can find stability in the future and what comes next for the two of you. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get many swords cards when we pull tarot here in a moment. Now, with respect to their heart, I'm getting the sense that they feel like they failed you emotionally or failed you romantically, or just in their heart space, trying to share that heart connection. And it could be that the two of you, maybe you got along very well with respect to communication, and maybe you have the same sense of humor, the same style of speaking. Maybe you could talk on end, but when it comes to being vulnerable and opening your heart space and connecting on that heart level, that type of intimacy, they feel like they've failed you in some way. They feel like they were unable to open you up. I'm sorry. Maybe for some of you that's going to resonate, and maybe that's why I said that. But for the majority of you, they feel like they were unable to open themselves up enough to you. So that heart connection, it may be present, but it's not as strong as it could be because they were holding back because of this fear of vulnerability. Also, when I see the spider, I think of the webs that they weave. And I feel like your person didn't quite know what they were getting into when they tried to enter into this connection. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, but I do feel like there's this feeling of them coming into it with one foot out the door. It was like they weren't fully committed in the beginning, and it may have to do with this fear of intimacy, right? So they're kind of looking at themselves from a heart perspective, from a feeling perspective, and thinking, man, what have I gotten myself into? Oh, this is the web that I have woven. How am I going to deal with this? So let's take a look further into their headspace. Spirit, what does their headspace say? What does their head say? I'm feeling the one on the bottom. We have calling in your soulmate and their heart space. I feel like it's one of these on the bottom, but I'm not sure which. Like, I feel the energy, but I can't differentiate. It's this one for sure. We had make the effort in reverse. Interesting. So it's like on a mental level, on a logical, rational level, their thoughts are telling them, this is your person. This is your soulmate. You could have a long-term connection with this person. And I feel like on a heart space level, they're afraid to put in that effort. Not because they don't think it's worth it, but they're afraid of what responsibility is going to come with making that effort. And I know if some of you have gotten personal readings from me or watched previous videos, I've made this type of connection before with some people where I say, it's a quote from Vampire Diaries where Damon says, when people see good, they expect good. And I truly feel like that is your person's heart space. They're afraid to put in the effort romantically and emotionally, and afraid to show that level of vulnerability, because if they do, it's going to be expected of them, and they don't know how long it's going to last or how much of that they can uphold. Because if they were to give you an ounce of that vulnerability one day, it feels like it would drain them, and they would be unable to give you that same level of vulnerability for weeks or months. And I feel like if given a safe enough space and a comfortable, stable enough space to open up, this person could do that. But it would take them a lot of time. But if they're being pushed in any way, not saying that you are, but if the situation is pushing them or they feel they're being pushed in any way, it's like this person just shuts down immediately and they heavily cease putting in the effort. Now, with the calling in your soulmate card, I'm also getting that this person's thoughts are heavily manifesting in their reality. What do I mean by that? Not only is this person just a grand manifester, but they also have like this self-fulfilling prophecy. Like this person tends in most of their relationships in the past, and that may be why this unicorn is looking to the left, and I was talking about that retrospection. It's like this person just has such a low self-esteem or such a low negative view of themselves that they expect their relationships to fail because they're not good enough, even though they want to find love and they want to find commitment and they want to be able to open up and be vulnerable. It's like they just have this negative view of themselves that's so strong that it ends up repelling other people in the end because they shut down and they push people away from their heart space. Okay. All right. Let's see more about their headspace. What did I tell you? I'm telling you guys, there's gonna be some swords come up. At least if they don't come out, I'm gonna be surprised, but I feel the energy. Okay, we have the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Swords in reverse, and the 6 of Pentacles. And then we have 7 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. The feeling I'm getting from this is they're trying not to be disappointed in themselves. This person is trying to have a positive, optimistic mindset where they think, I've done everything that I could possibly do. I've given everything that I could possibly give. Even if they haven't, they're trying to have that mindset where they think they've done all that they could. With the 10 of Swords being in reverse, I feel like there's 2 aspects to this. Part of it is they're trying to stop the relationship from falling apart, and I feel like they're trying to put on this smile, put on this false happiness or false optimism to keep the relationship from falling apart in some way, even though they're going through a very difficult time. Whether they're telling you about this or not, whether this has to do with the relationship or not, they're definitely dealing with some mental troubles right now. And I feel like it could be money. For some of you, this person is spending more than they're earning, and it's becoming a problem, whether it's, business expenses, household expenses, whatever, or just impulsive spending. This person is stressed outside the relationship due to financial hardship right now. But going back to the relationship and this 10 of Swords in reverse, I do feel like, yes, in part it is about them trying to hold it together, but also it's like underneath that false optimism, they feel like they have ruined it with their thoughts and their mindset. They feel like, oh man, I knew I wasn't good enough for group one. I knew I never would be good enough for group one, even though I tried so hard. You know, I don't know how I let this happen again. I knew it was going to happen anyway. And it's like, that's what's underneath. But on the surface, that superficial level is, oh, I tried everything I possibly could. You know, does that make sense? I hope it does. If it does, let me know in the comments below. Let's take a look at their heart space and compare it to the head space. Oh, goodness. Okay, we got some extras that came out. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing My Heart Will Go On by I think it's Celine Dion. Isn't that what it is? Titanic song. Personally, I think I've only seen that movie once. I don't like sad movies. But that came out for someone. So okay, so their heart space, we have the 6 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, the Princess of Pentacles in reverse, and the Queen of Swords in reverse. I feel like this person's heart is always going to have a soft spot for you. There's always going to be a space there because the 6 of Cups is such a nostalgic card. It's a card of memories and of happy, loving, kind, compassionate memories. And I feel like even if their heart space feels that even if the two of you never get back together, they will always love you. They will always have a space for you in their heart. You will always have a piece of them with you, whether or not you keep it or throw it away. There will always be a piece of their heart that they gave away to you. And they don't regret it. I don't think they regret it one bit. And I do also see with this Queen of Swords in reverse, it's like feels like they're wanting to overcome their mindset and wanting to overcome this negativity that lies on this left-hand side. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do that just yet, but they're wanting to. They have that desire to. And with the Princess of Pentacles in reverse, it feels like they just don't have that financial stability. For some of you, this is a long-distance connection and this person wants to travel to you, but they don't have the money right now. They don't have the money to come see you, or they don't have the money to move to you, or to move you to them, or to provide for you in some way. So do keep that in mind for sure. Okay. Let's get a few more cards about their headspace and heart space. And then I'll pull some message cards. Goodness. Okay. So we have healthy choices and we have axe, breakup, separation. Oh, okay. So for some of you, this person, they're truly blinding themselves right now. I just literally feel this, I see them poking their own eyes out so they can't see the problems in this connection right now. For some of you, if this person left or broke up with you or went on a break, whatever the separation was, the silent treatment, the distancing, they did so thinking that it was best for both of you. They did so thinking that it would likely be temporary, but they also did it not consciously realizing that it had to do with their abandonment wounds. This is someone who likely has a very avoidant personality, or attachment style. Someone who is very uncomfortable with intimacy and very negative with respect to themselves too. I feel like their headspace just said enough. I can't do this anymore. I don't want to hurt group one anymore. I don't want to hurt me anymore. I want to be happy, and I want group one to be happy. And so they're trying to take this time apart Like I said, for some of you, they didn't break up. They're kind of distancing themselves in their own bubble. But it's like they're wanting to try to be in a better headspace so that they can come back and reconcile in this connection and make things better. At least that's what they're hoping for mentally. That's what they're hoping for. Now, let's take a look at their heart space again. Oh, goodness. Okay, that's way too many. It's just a couple, please. We have love. This person loves you to the moon and back. They love you very unconditionally, but they feel like they're not enough. This person has self-sabotaged this connection, is exactly what's happening. We have abandonment issues on the left, and we have self-sabotage, lack of confidence, and fear, ego issues on the right. This person struggles to have healthy relationships, healthy attachments, and healthy connections. And I feel like although this person loves you, they don't love themselves, and they are starting to realize that that is part of the problem. They're starting to realize that they have to love themselves and make those healthy choices in order to love you in a healthy way and make you happy and provide for you and care for you and nurture you in the way that they want to and they desire to. Goodness. We have so many message cards trying to come out. This person, they have so much to say, but they just, they feel like they've distanced themselves though. I still have so much to accomplish before I can be what you deserve. What were we just saying? Exactly. This person they're trying to learn to love themselves better. I want to dance across eternity with you, and I'll take this top one only. I'm afraid if you touch me, you will destroy me. This person is so afraid of intimacy. And look at the bottom of this deck. We have the hammer. It says sabotage. But it also, a hammer is used to break things down, but it's also used to build things new, right? It says rebuilding. I feel like your person is working on themselves, and they are trying to rebuild this connection over time, or wanting to. They think by, you know, taking a step back, it's going to allow them to clear their mind and be able to figure out what they need to do in order to move forward. Because this person, there's no moving on for them in their heart space. This person is always going to love you. And I cannot say that in every group. I can't. But for this person, they will always love you. You are worth fighting for. I have no words for your kindness and generosity, and you are my muse. How beautiful. Yeah. This person's trying to fight for this connection. It may not feel like it from your perspective, but remember, that's your perspective. You can't necessarily see everything that's going on in their head or in their heart from your perspective, right? Which is why you guys come here, is to get a different perspective. And to get some insight on your person's perspective. So that being said, I hope that this has given you some clarity on how your person's feeling and thinking. And if you did enjoy this, go ahead, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know any ideas you have down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, Group 1. Hello, and welcome, Group 2, to your reading. We have the Nonsense card. It says, it's time to talk nonsense. Now, the feeling I was getting when first seeing this card is that someone is either manipulating your person or someone is in their ear about you. Someone's trying to control this person with respect to this connection, or someone's trying to control like what your person thinks, says, does, how they feel, trying to just whisper bad things about you in their ear or bad things about the connection and be like, oh, this person's not good for you. Oh, this relationship's not good for you. This connection's a bad idea. Why would you want to pursue this connection anyway? So that's the overall energy for your person that I'm picking up on right now. Now let's take a look. We're going to have their thoughts on the left and their feelings on the right. Head versus heart. So let's see. Where's your person's head at? What are their thoughts? So the stingray in the Kim Cran's book, this animal spirit guide book, talks about being spineless, not having a backbone. And I, again, feel like your person is being manipulated or being told what to think about this connection heavily. And this just further confirms it. Either someone outside of this connection is influencing them to not be themselves, or something about this connection makes them think they don't need to be themselves. They need to be someone else or act like someone else or do things they wouldn't normally do in order to keep this relationship. Let's take a look at their heart space. This could be someone who's very anxious, very self-conscious, low self-worth, someone who is actually very creative, very unique, but doesn't like to show that side of themselves to other people much. They don't like to be very vulnerable with people. Similar to Group 1, if you watched Group 1, this person is also struggling with intimacy and struggling with vulnerability as well. But this person is coming from a place of severe, debilitating anxiety. This could be someone who... It's like with the earthworm in their heart space, it's like they feel so much, but they struggle to get it out in an effective way, to express their emotions in an effective way. And this is someone I can see having a lot of stomach issues as well. You know, there's a huge connection between the mind and the gut and the heart as well, because there's this huge nerve that runs from the brain down through the neck, chest, and into the stomach to innervate all of those areas. And I feel like this person has... It's like they have a big blockage between their throat chakra, heart chakra, and solar plexus, where they're struggling to know their self, know their self-worth. They're struggling to be in their heart space, and they're struggling to speak their truth. Let's see, what is their headspace right now? Let your friends... More people are coming into this connection that don't need to be here. At least from my perspective, you know, I'm objectively looking at this connection right now, but it's like your person thinks too many people are getting involved. Either this woman, this Queen of Hearts, is manipulating you into seeing this person differently, or they're manipulating your person into seeing you differently. Yeah, there's just this feeling. It's not necessarily like a third party issue. It could be for some of you, but that's not really the vibe I'm getting for the majority of you that are watching Group 2. It's just like friends or family are heavily influencing this person and putting a lot of thoughts in their head that aren't true. Like they're not good enough for you, or you're not good enough for them, or this relationship's never going to make it. Maybe it's long distance or interracial, or you are from different cultures even. Like it's like they're trying to play the differences in this connection against you so that you think that it's not going to work. Let's look at the heart space. I say you, I meant your person. It could be either one, honestly. It just depends on the situation, right? This is a general reading. Your person does see this as true love, though. They feel like this is potentially a soulmate connection. Potentially someone who could be a life partner, someone that they could marry someday. That doesn't necessarily mean they'll go through with it, so don't make those assumptions, please. But they do see that there is potential. Their heart feels very connected to you. Their heart is coming from a very romantic space. They want to... This is someone who I feel like wants to really express their love in a romantic ways, but they don't have the confidence to do it, either out of a fear of rejection or... I feel like it's mostly a fear of rejection, honestly. Some of your people may be simply afraid of just being too vulnerable, but even that goes to Fear of rejection, because why are you afraid to be vulnerable? You're afraid to get rejected, afraid to get hurt. Let's take a look at their headspace for tarot. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse, the Four of Wands. I feel like for most of you, this person that's getting in their head about your connection is someone either they live with or someone they've been friends with for a very long time. I mean, like from childhood. Or it's someone that is family to this person. Because the Four of Wands is a very family-oriented card. For some of you, it could be a spouse. We also have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like whoever this person is that's in your person's ear is making them think they're not stable enough for you. They're not capable of committing in any way. They're making them feel very anxious and overwhelmed and trying to convince them that you are not the right path to go down with this Lover's card in reverse. For some of you, your person went to this third party, and please don't freak out when I say third party, because it doesn't have to be a romantic third party. This, like I said, it's likely a family, friend, or a roommate. For some of you, I feel like this person went to this third party and said, hey, I need your opinion. Man, I'm thinking about marrying group 2 and committing fully, just going all in. Can you give me some advice? Or can you tell me how to do that? Or what do you think about this idea? What if I did it this way? What if I did it that way? And this person's trying to convince them that why would you even want to marry group 2? Group 2 is not worth it. But let's see what your person's heart space says. And then for others of you, it's like they're telling your person, you're not good enough for group 2. That relationship's not stable enough. There's not a firm foundation. You didn't start it off on the right foot. There's no way you can come back from this or that. You didn't start it off on the right foot, but your person wants to have this fresh start with you anyway. We have the Fool coming up. All these major arcana. This person is really, you're very important to this person. Big, big deal. So, and then Justice on the bottom. This person wants to change. They want to change some aspect of this connection. Because your person does feel like, well, maybe that third party's right. Maybe I do need to change in order to really be with group 2. Or maybe I do need to change in order to commit to group 2. Or for them to commit to me. Whatever the case may be. And I do see your person wanting to give up something. What are they wanting to give up, Spirit? They're wanting to give up something so that it's more fair for you. And so that the two of you can have this fresh start. Because for some of you, they were dishonest with you or hid something from you. And this High Priestess in reverse is, I'm kind of seeing it more like the Moon card. They're wanting to reveal something to you that they didn't tell you before. But it's because they didn't trust themselves to tell you the right way or to tell you at the right time. And they felt that it would really damage the relationship. But Spirit, what is this person wanting to change? Okay. We have the Seven of Pentacles. They're wanting to change not necessarily the way that they love you, but I feel like maybe this person rushed things and they're wanting to slow it down because they feel like they rushed things. So this may have been someone that you guys may have jumped into bed together very quickly. No judgment on that, but they may now think that that was a bad idea and a bad way to start because this third party is telling them so. And it's like they're wanting to kind of backtrack, not take back the things they said to you or the things that they did or the intimate moments that you shared, but it's like they want to take it a step back and kind of start on a fresh slate so that maybe this connection can be placed on something like a more solid foundation, because this person sees a huge potential for long-term commitment with you. They see potential for love, very fulfilling love with this Ace of Cups. And I find it interesting because I just said fulfilling love, and here it says success unfulfilled. Before you came along, their heart felt lonely, felt unfulfilled. It's like that monotonous day in, day out. I only focus on work. My life feels like it has no purpose, but I'm going to drown out my emotions because I don't want to feel them. So I'm just going to work more and harder and take those extra hours. And then you came along and this person's like, wow, I didn't know life could be this beautiful. I didn't know love could be this beautiful. And it's like they didn't see that potential for the commitment at first. So for a lot of you guys, this may have been just like you were fooling around or hooking up, and then your person went to that third party and is like, man, I really want to commit to this person. I really want to ask him to be my partner, or maybe move in together, whatever it is. And that's where this person's jumping in. Let's get some more for their headspace. Okay. We have mask and camera. I feel like your person is not, they don't feel like they're photogenic. They don't think they're photogenic. And they don't like the way that they look. They're very self-conscious about their physical appearance. But with the mask also coming out, it's like this person loves you enough that they want to show you all of them, and they want to show you their physical features, that they like the physical aspects of themselves that they hide. And it's also more than that, obviously, but we're talking about their thoughts, right? So this person does see you as a soulmate. They see you as someone that they think is very important in their life and someone that they truly, truly have deep feelings for. But I feel like they didn't tell you this, or they didn't show you this with this mask card coming out. Part of them is afraid to be open and honest with their feelings. But again, we were talking about that fear of rejection over here. And now that this third party has come in the picture and kind of put these thoughts in their head, your person's like, man, I really can't tell this person I have feelings for them because they're really going to run if I say anything now. And they really don't want you to be a lesson. With the camera, it says learning from the past, but it also says making memories. And I feel like they don't want you to be a lesson. They want you to be something more significant in their life. They don't want you to, be the one that got away, or just this long lost love kind of feeling. Let's see what their heart space says. I don't know if any of you have seen Schitt's Creek, but with this heart with a key in reverse, there's an episode where Moira and her husband go to some kind of like lock and key party thing, like a mixer type situation, and I think all of the men have keys and all of the women have locks, and you have to essentially take your key and go around the room and find what lock fits that key. And I feel like this is your person, is like this person wants to try, but they're afraid of rejection. What if my key doesn't go with their lock? What is the worst that could happen? And instead of being like having that mindset of, oh, well, I could try, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Instead of having that kind of mindset, your person's in that earthworm energy where they're panicking and they're like, I can't lose group 2. I can't lose group 2. If I lose group 2, it's the end of everything. Because we have soulmates and twin flames coming out. You are the yin to this person's yang. You keep this person calm. They have a very, very stressed, chaotic energy, and you tend to really balance that out for this person. We also have mirrors. So the two of you could be mirroring each other's energies. It could also be that this person is starting to feel, not necessarily think, because their mind is more logical than their heart, right? They're starting to feel like maybe group 2 has feelings for me. Maybe they really do. Maybe I am good enough for group 2. Maybe I could take this to the next level. We have the Ascending card coming up. It was in reverse. I do feel like they're still feeling that blockage. But with the Mirror, it's like they're starting to consider that potential. It's like their heart feels it, but their mind doesn't understand what's going on in their heart. Their heart's saying, I love this person. I don't want to let this person go. Like, I want to move forward with this person. And their head's like, but this person said this. This person said don't do it. It's a bad idea. People like group 2 are not to be messed with. Let's see what their head says. I want to follow you through all time and all universes. It's easier to stay away now than lose you later. What was I saying? This person's not... I was saying earlier, like, they're really anxious of rejection, anxious to lose you as well. And that's really where this card comes into play, is it's easier to stay away now than lose you later. They're afraid that if they get too close to you, they're going to ruin what you currently have. Whether it's a friendship, whether it's friends with benefits, or an early relationship. I don't feel like group 2, I don't feel like at least 99% of you watching this group are going to be in a long-term committed relationship, because this does not feel like that for this group. It feels more like friends or friends with benefits or something very fresh. It also says, can we just kiss all night? Coming through with that friends with benefits, that physical intimacy. It's like your person wants to kind of shut off their emotions and kind of forget they have those emotions for a while. And I don't think it's they don't care about you, because they do. I mean, their heart space says that they care about you. They're afraid that you're going to reject them if they come forward and tell you that they're in love with you. But their headspace is just like, can we focus on the physical? Can we just not worry about the future and just hold each other close kind of feelings? So let's see what their heart space wants to say. I know that the fire that burns in you is the same that burns in me. Their heart space is, do you see how, I don't know if you can see when I'm shuffling, but I'm using a different deck for the heart space, and they are just jumping out. It also says, I can see eternity in your eyes. I'm so lost in the ocean that is you. I do see this person thoroughly enjoying going down on you, or imagining going down on you, especially if you are a female. So that being said, this is not an 18+ reading. I'm gonna slow my roll there, but I just want, sometimes I have visuals that come through, right? And phrases or songs, but that was coming through very strongly for somebody in group 2, so take that and I would run with it. But I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, group 2. It was such a pleasure to be able to read for you. Thank you for trusting me to see a little bit more from your person's perspective, and I hope that it's allowed you to just take what you need from this and to move forward in the way that you feel is necessary. So if you did enjoy this, please go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hello and welcome to your reading, group 2. We have managed to be glad. Create your own happiness regardless of conditions. I do feel like this card kind of reminds me of the Chariot if it were more stagnant. The two skunks looking off in the opposite directions, and like she's not able to necessarily move forward, or she's stuck. Thinking of two options, kind of like the Two of Swords. It just feels like your person's energy is very stagnant and very unhappy. This person is struggling to see the silver lining. They're struggling to see the good in this connection right now, or in the current state that the connection is in. They're struggling to see the light. So let's see what their headspace says. We have 2. So for some of you, this person could be a spouse or someone that you're looking to start a family with, because the beaver is very family oriented. With this in reverse and the lion in reverse, it feels like your person's not ready for a family, or they don't feel stable enough for a family or for the family they have. Like it feels like, and this is going to be like kind of stereotyping the whole masculine and feminine traditional roles. So I'm just kind of explaining it from like a traditional perspective, but it feels like a man who is unable to provide for his wife and children and then feels insecure or powerless or helpless or just not very good about himself because of that inability to provide. Now, this doesn't have to be your person is a man. It doesn't have to be that you are a woman, but this is just the kind of traditional masculine, feminine roles that I'm feeling behind these cards. So let's take a look at their heart space. Interesting. I do want to pull another one just because everyone else got one, but your person seems to have two come out. So, all right. Crocodile in reverse and the camel. I feel like your person may have been someone who was very stoic for a long time in order to try to prove that they are dependable, to try to prove that they are stable, especially emotionally, someone that they can, someone that you can lean on, or if you have children, that your children can lean on. But like on the inside, this person is very soft and squishy. Like they're able to let their walls come down. I feel like for a long time they weren't able to, but the crocodile is something that's protected by armor, right? It's got this hard exterior that protects them. And it's like on the inside, they have all of these feelings that are overflowing. And I feel like recently your person's heart is just in so much pain, and they've started letting their guard down because they're feeling weak and their walls are coming down more and more. And all these emotions are just overflowing. And it's like, it reminds me of someone who's struggling with depression and just cries spontaneously and can't stop crying, is how I see your person right now. And it's honestly hurting my heart and making me really sad and wanting to just wrap your person in a big warm and fuzzy hug and, you know, let them know they're loved and comforted. But that's kind of how your person's heart is feeling right now. Let's see their headspace. Woo. They feel like they've overextended themselves for sure in some way. It's like they gave too much in some aspect of their life, and it's like they were no longer bending and just started to break. We also have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And pay attention to the red flags. It may be that your person was, for a lot of you, I feel like this person's an earth sign. It doesn't have to be, but for a lot of you, they could be an earth sign with some water placements. I feel like this person was someone who was like the backbone of the family or the stability of a group of people. Even if they're not like biological family, they're like a big group of friends that are just very close. And somehow they started becoming overwhelmed because they were taking care of everyone else's needs but not their own. And it was starting to cause problems in their life, and those problems in their life started spilling over into the connection as well. And they're realizing that now. Yeah. I'm just noticing all these little cherubim like floating around, kind of circling this couple. And it's like, I feel like every time this person spent time with you or spent time with their family, if you guys are in a long-term commitment with children, all these thoughts were swarming them and overwhelming them. Thoughts of, oh, I need to take care of this. I need to do that. I need to make sure and check on this person. I need to send some money to that person to make sure that they have money for food. You know, like they're trying to take care of everyone, and I commend them for that, but they're not taking care of themselves or their family. And it's taking a toll on them. See, we have give your relationship a chance in reverse and a reconciliation. In this person's heart, they're really starting to feel and realize that we even have make the effort on the bottom. They're starting to realize that they were not being the best version of themselves and giving equally in this connection. Like, they're not putting their best foot forward. Instead of being the partner for you that they wanted to be, they really felt like they were slacking. But they're wanting to make this up to you with this reconciliation card. It does say someone from your past is returning. I don't feel like an ex is going to get involved. I just feel like this person's like, I want to fix things. I love you. You love me. Like, let's work through things. I know I didn't give you my best, but I want to try to give you more this time around. And it's totally up to you whether you accept that from this person or not. But that's what their heart is saying. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm losing cards now. So let's see their headspace. Group 3's person's headspace. That Knight of Wands. What about this Knight of Wands? They're recklessly giving away their energy. Recklessly, just impulsively. Anyone who needs it. I'm seeing one of the little kids that's like, come here, get your paper, you know, whatever. Just like 5 cents kind of thing, like, here's your paper. And like reading the headlines and stuff. I guess your person's just broadcasting, here, let me take care of the world. I'm here. Do you need some money? Do you need some help with, like, do you need someone to physically help you move your couch? Do you need a shoulder to cry on? Do you need someone to take over your shift at work? And they're just trying to take care of everyone, and they're starting to realize that it's putting them in a bad headspace. Sorry, group 3. There's a minor interruption, but like I was saying, is your person is spending all of this time, all of this energy on other people and not on themselves, or not on this connection, not on their home life. And it's making them feel just disappointed and depressed and overwhelmed. Like, they're like, why am I not doing enough? Why am I not doing good enough? Like, I'm putting forth all this effort. Why am I still not happy? Is kind of how they're feeling, or thinking. I'm sorry, thinking. So let's take a look at their heart space. How they're feeling compared to their thoughts. Interesting. We have the 4 of Pentacles reversed, 7 of Swords, and the Star reversed. And then we have the 5 of Cups on the bottom. This person is just emotionally unfulfilled right now. I don't think this is just in their connection with you, though. It is overall, like, their heart just feels lonely and in this dark place. And instead of focusing on themselves and focusing on their family life and focusing on the good that's coming towards them and that is present in their current life, they're just looking at this distant horizon. Like, happiness is 20 miles away, and they can just see like this glimpse of light shining over this hill, and that's the closest they're ever going to get to being happy, is how they feel. And this person's really hurting inside. Like, they're wanting to figure out how to be happy, and how to be happy, especially in this connection. But it's not, the biggest thing that's coming through right now is, it's not you, it's me. And I know that can be a very stereotypical thing to say, and a lot of people hear that and they're thinking, oh, you don't mean that, you just want to let me down easy. But this person means it. Like, it really isn't you, it's them. This person is unhealed. This person is struggling to commit, not necessarily like romantically or sexually, but like, they're giving away so much energy to other people and other circumstances and other things that they think are responsibilities and other things that they think are priorities. But that's I guess that's what this is this person doesn't have their priorities in order, at least not in order that they want. And that's kind of driving this unhappiness, this disappointment, this depression, this overwhelm that this person is experiencing is they're not prioritizing you or themselves or this connection. And it's like, I see someone who is, I see two boats that are like side by side, and both boats are capsizing. Both boats are going underwater and they're sinking. And I'm talking like small little rowboats or kayaks or canoes or something. Your person's in this boat on the left. Someone else is on the right. Not necessarily you, but just someone else, their neighbor or their coworker or their friend. And your person is here in a sinking boat and they're taking a bucket. And while their boat is sinking, they're trying to get water out of this boat so this person survives. What? Make it make sense. It's like, think about when you're on an airplane and they're like telling you to put your mask on first so that you can help somebody. It's really, they need to understand it's time to take care of themselves so that they can take care of their home life and their relationships, and then they can take care of friendships, acquaintances, and coworkers, and strangers on the street that they're wanting to help out, whatever it is. But their heart space is not recognizing that. All their heart space is feeling is pain and a lack of fulfillment and a lack of recognition for the things that they're doing. It's like this person doesn't feel good enough, even though they're trying so hard. But the thing is, they're trying and they're just spinning their wheels. They're not getting any traction. They're not getting anywhere. It's very heavy energy coming from your person's heart. Let's see what their headspace has to say. Cupid's arrow. Have faith. Love is coming. Surprise invitation meeting. But it also says hesitation. We have coffee cup. So I'm seeing like the Two of Swords popping up. I just want to see if I can maybe... No. I'm going to take that as I'm right, though. The stick of truth. So we have the coffee cup and Cupid's arrow. And I feel like this is your person mentally trying to decide, do I focus on my friends or do I focus on my lover? And I feel like on the bottom we have love call in reverse. I feel like your person's going to, or at least they're thinking, I can't put all my eggs in one basket. I can't focus on one person. I can't focus on my relationship. I have to focus on other people, or I have to focus on external circumstances that I can control. Okay, this is someone who likes control because it makes them feel safe emotionally. And this person's feeling very chaotic because they're feeling this lack of control. And they know that they can't control you, or they can't control the relationship in the way they want to. And so it's like they're trying to, I feel like it's not necessarily controlling you or the relationship, but controlling how you see this person. This person wants you to see them as like the savior, as someone who is just incredibly talented and passionate and stable and worthy and just a godsend. But it's like their heart is telling them that you don't see them like that because you're disappointed in them. Thus, they end up being disappointed in themselves. Thus, they don't feel good enough. They don't feel stable enough. And so to like regain that sense of worth and stability and groundedness, they're trying to take all these external circumstances and experiences and gain that control and balance back. That's what their mind is telling them anyway. That's what their thoughts are. That's how they're rationalizing it. See their heart space again. Ooh, that's way too many. Just a couple. Okay, we have separation in reverse. The runner in reverse. Clock. Takes time, needs time. So I feel like your heart is still, not yours, I'm sorry. I feel like your person's heart is still set on reconciliation of some type. They're not wanting the separation to last. This is someone who, maybe you're in a separation, maybe you're emotionally distant. But I feel like more so, this person feels like you're unsure of a future with them. I feel like that's the main thing to gain from their heart spaces. They're scared and afraid that you don't see a future with them anymore because of their lack of stability, because of their lack of dependability, because they're unable or struggling to focus on you and the connection and themselves. They aren't wanting to necessarily let this connection go, but I feel like they're struggling with their ego. I mean, the runner in reverse, the runner in general is a very codependent, egotistical type of card, someone who enjoys a chase. They enjoy being chased. They like to feel in power in the connection. They like to run so that you will chase them so that they feel worthy and they feel good about themselves. And it's like, maybe that's where this person was coming from at some point in this connection. But right now they're trying to let that go in their heart, because their heart's like, this isn't healthy. That doesn't work. This didn't work in the past. It's not working now. It's just hurting you in the long run. Why are we continuing to do this? Why don't you just stop, stand still, and assess the situation and see what you can do? And with the clock card, it's really about waiting. I feel more like this is overall a hanged man energy, where your person is just standing there waiting to, like, they're waiting for that download, waiting for that information to hit them on what to do next or what to say next, or waiting for you to make the next move or whatever is necessary. It's like they're just waiting. And that may not necessarily be the best energy for them to be in. You may not be happy about that energy. They may not be happy about that energy. I feel like they're very uncomfortable standing still. This is someone who in the past ran like crazy. They didn't commit to anyone. This is someone who just screams non-committal and they're choosing to wait and settle down for you and for this connection. And they're very uncomfortable in that stagnant energy. Let's see what their head and heart have to say with some message cards for you. Group 3. Ooh, there's one. Let's get a couple more. I want this one for sure. And that one. I love you. I hate you. I can't live without you. You are my secret passion. My entire being and body is attracted to you. You are my rose. This person has such internal conflict. I love you. I hate you. I can't live without you. In the beginning of this reading, I was talking about these skunks facing 2 different directions. And I was talking about it like maybe they're indecisive. They can't make a decision. They feel like they're pulled in 2 different directions. And that's really, it's like their mind is a war zone. Like the healthier part of their mind is like, I care for pile 3. Why can't I just be stable and normal for them? And the other side of them is like, nah, we need to run because we don't commit to nobody. I'm hearing, oh God, what's that line? And F bitches get money or whatever. Which is not very funny. It just makes me uncomfortable because I don't talk like that. But anyway, it's coming to mind, so it might resonate for somebody. Their heart space says, my love for you is without bound. I remember you and I am burning with passion for you. This person loves you. They do. I feel like it's not necessarily a very gentle, passionate, giving type of love. I feel like it may be a little more draining for one or both of you. But this person does care for you in their own way. And it's totally up to you whether you want to reconcile with this person, because they do want to try to fix things. But I feel like right now they're just so overwhelmed with emotions and they don't know what to do. I just see them like sitting in this corner crying to themselves, like facing the corner so that no one can see them cry, and like hiding in this dark room, hoping no one sees them because they're just hurting so much right now. And I don't quite know what exactly happened between the 2 of you. And that's going to differ based on the group or based on the person watching this group. But your person's in a lot of pain right now. So just keep that in mind when you approach them. If you decide to approach this person, I would recommend doing so with love and light and compassion. So that is it for you, group 3. thank you so much for being with me today and trusting me to do your reading for you and your person. It's been a pleasure, as always. If you did enjoy this reading, go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions below, any ideas below. And if you're interested in personal readings, I offer those through Etsy, which is also linked below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.